Thank you very much, Megan. Welcome, everyone. Glad to see such a good number of people here. And here are our agenda for this evening. I'm going to do some announcements and news. And then Ken McKinlay is our speaker, and he'll do his presentation. And after that, I will talk about upcoming meetings, both local, international, and OGS. We'll have a chat if time permits at the very end. So the Durham Region Branch acknowledges the lands and peoples of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation, the Chippewas of Georgina Island First Nation, and a large Métis community. We recognize the lands on which we gather are covered under the Williams Treaties and rest within the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the Anishinaabe Nation. We honor, recognize, and respect these nations as the traditional stewards of the lands and waters on which we meet. So in OGS news, they are hosting a three-part webinar series called Back to the Basics. They will be on the next 3 Tuesdays in February. The cost is $15 per webinar, or you can get all three. If you're a member, it's for $30, and non-member, it's $35. You will need to set up an account in the OGS eStore Marketplace in order to pay if you are a non-member. If you're a member, sign into your OGS account first. I found it a little tricky to register, so here are the steps. Go to ogs.on.ca, click at the top on the tab called Education, click on the tab Upcoming Webinars, and then this is the title that you will see, and you'll need to click on that to get to the information page, and then from there to the registration page. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, go right ahead. I'll wait a few seconds. And OGS's next free webinar, the monthly webinar in March, which will occur before our next meeting, is In Her Own Words, Lives of Women by Diane Richard. Documenting our female ancestors can prove more challenging. They're less likely to appear in many of the public records. One great resource to learn about our female ancestors is via their own words. Personally written diaries, journals, correspondence, and more as found in private collections, that is manuscript collections, at many archives and library collections. They are priceless, and Diane will tell us all about it. So is Sheila Iacono here?
I'm here, Nancy.
Oh, super. Go ahead with your report.
Okay, I have a report for the full year of 2022. For the Durham branch, our total income was $5,191.62, mostly from our membership fees, e-store sales, and donations. Our total expenses were $5,514.44. And that mostly took the rent from the rent, also our meeting costs and newsletters. Our investments from GIC and Money Master, we had $303.02 of interest. And our Burgundy investment, we had about $3,500 loss. And then in the last quarter, we gained $1,500 almost. So it's down, but better than we thought. $2,000 down. And included in the above income and expenses, we did get a COVID grant from Ontario Ancestors for $500. And we used that grant to buy equipment for the hybrid meetings, which totaled $919. And that's it.
Okay, thanks so much, Sheila.
You're welcome.
So we've just got in the latest e-weekly save the date memorandum about the OGS conference 2023. It's going to be at a new time this year, surprisingly in September 8th to 10th. It's going to be virtual, and they have the theme of diversity and genealogy, particularly spotlighting the diversity in the Grand River area of Ontario. And they're asking us to mark our calendars so that we have that time free when the virtual conference information comes out to us. And in international news, of course, you know me, I love Roots Tech. It's going to be virtual and in person this year. It's March 2nd to 4th, 2023. So again, it will be over by the time we meet again in March. The virtual experience, as I said, is free. The in-person experience in Salt Lake City is only $90 US. So if you have a chance to get down there, that's an incredible price for a 3-day conference. And you should take advantage of it if you possibly can. I'm sad to relate that one of our most favorite speakers, Bob Dawes, recently lost his battle with leukemia. Bob has given lectures at many of the OGS branches, as well as he participated in several OGS conferences over the years. He was a leading member of the Quinte branch, holding many council positions over the last 30 plus years, and he will be sorely missed. I have to say, listening to him lecture influenced me considerably. Locally, the Lakeshore Genealogical Society is doing a Zoom only meeting, February 15th at 7 p.m., where members are going to be sharing their discoveries and their websites, et cetera, et cetera. If you wish to join in, go to either the website, which I have there, lakeshoregenealogy.ca, or you can send an email off to lgsregister@gmail.com. So moving on, our speaker, Ken McKinlay's foray into his family tree research started with 3 simple family stories that he wanted to confirm or refute. He has now been researching his family tree for over 20 years, and discoveries are still being made. Well, I think we can all relate to that. He has given talks for branches of the Ontario Ancestors, the British Isles Family History Society of Greater Ottawa, and the Ottawa Public Library. Ken's talks generally focus on methodologies and providing the skills needed to help solve those brick wall problems. He has a genealogy-related blog at Family Tree Knots, and I've put up the website there, where he shares the methodologies that he uses in his own research. And I have to admit, Ken, I keep going back and back to your blog in order to do land research. It's absolutely well laid out. Thanks so much. So at this point, I am going to stop my share, and we're going to bring up Ken's. The other thing is the presentation, the recording. Ken is graciously allowing us to put it in our members only section, and that should be hopefully up sometime next week. Now, the questions or messages are starting to pour in. Okay, so Sandra wants me to put up the screen that I asked people to screenshot. Now that was to do with the 3 Thursday lectures, the Back to Basics. And I have to say that, where are we here? Okay, so Megan, who is hosting our meeting tonight, she put in the chat that she is going to put a proper graphic up on the front page of ogs.on.ca. So you really don't need me to show that shot again. Just give it a couple of days and you'll be able to get a direct link from the, she's going to put it on the front page banner, which is the one that scrolls across every 10 seconds. So I don't need to do that. Just go to the website and look in a day or two and she'll have that fixed up for us. Okay. Ken's email has been put in the chat. If you are on an iPad, you can also email me, and I put my email in the chat to durhamchair@ogs.on.ca. I'll be home for the next 8 days and then I'm on a cruise. So get your request quickly to me. If otherwise, you'll have to go to Ken. And he had his email address up there for a minute or two. ken.mckinlay@gmail.com. Okay, so Linda asked, on your WikiTree screenshot, your name is visible as well as your parents. And she's worried that would those show to everybody?
No, they respect the privacy. Actually, I'd actually put my email address at one point on there, and I got a message from one of the people saying, please don't do that. So because it was my screen and my profile, of course, my information is actually visible.
That's right. So you can see your own family and what you've entered,
Yep.
but not what other people have entered.
Much like Ancestry, Find My Past, My Heritage, even Family Search. If a person is listed, if you add somebody in Family Search tree and you've listed them as living, that person's only visible to you, not to anybody else in that tree.
Okay, so that should take care of Linda's question. Okay, Art is saying if you not only bookmark sites and pages, but also print to PDF, save to PDF, you can save a copy on your computer for access at any time.
Strongly recommend doing that also, especially since I'm dealing with Library Archives Canada, their changed website and the information they've sort of dropped off from the site. I'm actually going through the Internet Archive copy of that site and screen scraping it into Word documents. So I still have the old stuff hanging around on my computer. Smart idea, Art.
Oh, thank you, Art. That's great. And Megan mentioned that we have 13.6 million records in Tony, thanks to Mike and Charles, also from Ottawa branch. They're the keepers of Tony. So always check there too. It's amazing what the branches have indexed into Tony, and even more amazing what they probably still haven't done yet. So also contact branches to find out if they've got extra information or library books or anything like that. Okay. Donna says, thank you, Ken.